Before Christ, I felt disconnected.
Before Christ, I was fatherless.
Just the thought of when you died, what would happen to you. That scared me, kind of not knowing what the future held.
Before Jesus, I was self-centered. Everything was about me, what I wanted, and I didn't really care much about anybody else.
I wanted to try and be the stronghold for my family, but then I came to the realization that I couldn't do that.
I came from a family with good morals, but it was really all about just being a good person.
I looked down upon my teammates out of really a prideful heart. I saw what they were doing, and I just couldn't reconcile that with my upbringing.
I was going into high school, my first year of high school, and my mom came upstairs and had told me, Matt, your dad's, he had a heart attack and he's gone.
My son, he wasn't due until November 18th, but he came July 31st. And he was only 1 pound, 8 ounces. And of course, he went straight to the NICU. And that's when life took a turn for us.
I was caught in the middle of a broken relationship and ultimately started to struggle with depression and suicidal thoughts whenever I got to college. And so, it just got stuck in my head and just feeling like I was terminally unique in my brokenness.
Walked downstairs, and I remember just standing there for a moment, and I felt like God just said, hey Matt, you're either gonna sit here and do nothing for the rest of your life, or you're gonna get up and go. You're gonna live, something that's full of purpose and live your life.
It was actually a neighbor, a friend of mine when I was in high school. She invited me to church. Really just spent some time being a friend. She's still one of my really good friends.
And there was one woman in particular who prayed with me and understood that I was in pain. And she helped me get on the right path.
One day, my friend Joseph invited us to youth that night, and I kept going, and I kept going back, and I kept going back. And the next year following that, I gave myself to Christ, and I said, all right, I'm all in, let's keep going.
Jesus had given up something for me, that he had had to pay a price for my salvation. And before that, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that my actions had any kind of consequences, or that anyone would care enough to take my punishment for me. I wanted a love that was far beyond anything that I could experience any other place.
I'm protected. I feel like whatever kind of comes my way, I know that he already knew, and that I've got everything that I need, and the people who are around me are who I need.
The Lord just set me free of a lot of legalism, a lot of pride, a lot of approval of man, and just brought me in deep relationship with him.
There's nothing I've done that's brought my family closer together, but through God, he's just healed our wounds.
I'm so grateful that those thoughts were exposed as lies, and that now I'm actually walking in the joy, even through the trials, even through the struggles that God has called me to walk through, and that we can now focus on living on mission and really sharing that with the people who feel like they're going to be broken forever, because in Christ I'm made whole, and that's true for you if you've accepted him and if you've started to follow him.